Hari Om everybody, we'll start now. Please sit straight and try to chant the shlokas on your screen. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananaam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahi Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotibhisida Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Shruti Smriti Puranana Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudevendra Yogendram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Whenever we want something in life, after that want is decided, that will decide our further self-effort into that procedure. When we haven't yet decided our goal, then the effort that we need to put into that, into the sadhan, into the sadhya, into the goal, that won't be as effective as when our sadhya is decided. Why is our effort, why is our intensity, why is our desire not that much strong? Because we don't have love for our ambition. Our love for our ambition is very poor, very small. And that is why we tend to become lazy, we tend to procrastinate, we tend to put the things in future. We are not living in the present because we are not having a clear ambition right now. What should be our goal? Where have we to go? What is our destination? We are very, very satisfied with the performance of our mind, with the performance of our intellect, with the performance of our vasanas. The mind at present does not trouble us at all. And that is why, this is the reason why we do not put any effort to go ahead to treat this mind. And that is why the sadhan that we do, the tapasya that we do, that is not that effective. So when we try to control our mind, at that time we see the tantrums of our mind, how it does not listen to us, how it always makes us listen to it. When we have determined our goal, when we know that we have to reach some destination and the time is very limited, and we have many milestones to cross yet, and that time our self-effort is increased. When we try to come to this conclusion that we have very limited time and we have to go ahead, then we seek for some solution. Where will we get that solution? From where will we get some advice as to how to make this mind more pure, how to handle this mind effortlessly? How will this mind listen to me more? Because at present, it does not listen to me. I am a slave of this mind. All these sixfold wealth that has been spoken about in Tattva Bodh right now, the topic that we are right now in, that is telling us that we should develop these wealths in order to have a better relationship with the instrument, the only instrument that we have at present in our hand. It is the only thing that we have and we require it the most. So this is the reason why we need to increase this sixfold, not only this sixfold, all the fourfold qualifications that includes the sixfold wealth also. We were looking into, we have already seen what is Vivek, we have already seen what is Vairagya. Then yesterday we saw Shamadhi Shat Sampatti. In that we were seeing what was Shama, we have seen to control the mind, Mano Nigraha. And it is actually done through our control of personality. What is our personality? If we don't change our personality, we won't be able to control our mind. Then came Damaha Kaha. What is Damaha? Damaha means Indriya Nigraha. Indriya Nigraha means to control the sense organs outside. How are the sense organs controlled? Sense organs are controlled through. How are the sense organs controlled? Who will tell me? How will you control the sense organs?
We have to we have to do abhyas. We have to discipline it that no, you can't, you should not do it. Like suppose I'm, say for example, I'm fond of eating and there is a gulab jamun and like the smell of the gulab jamun is coming in and like, okay, I have to eat, and I will come and just try to take this gulab jamun. Then in my mind will start that no, you cannot take this gulab jamun, this is bad for your health, you're having problems, you should not take it. Practice.
Okay. Okay. Shubhashish wants to say something. Shubhashish, you wanted to say something? Okay. Okay, so good. So from the habits, we have to start controlling the sense organs. So then we come to the mind and also the intellect. The notions, if they are not right, then the sense organs won't be controlled. So from inside as well as from outside, from both the sides, the sense organs have to be controlled. From the internal notional view, also notional aspect also, and from the sense organ level also. Then we came to Uparamaha Kaha. What is Uparamaha? What is Uparamaha?
Swadharma Anushtanameva.
Yeah, what does that word, what does the word Uparamaha mean?
Doing our own Swadharma, like our own dharma, which is inside our own inner nature on the basis of the situation and in a time-bound manner. Anushtanameva, in a time-bound manner.
Okay, so Uparama actually will mean withdrawal. Withdrawal of our actions and our mind. A withdrawal, how does it work? Then we can come to this definition, Swadharma Anushthanameva. We are doing only what is required by us, what is required from us. We are not transgressing or we are not crossing our limits. What is not expected from us, we don't do that. And what is the expectation? The Swadharma. Whatever is my Swadharma, I do it. And how do we define Swadharma?
Someone's own inner nature, innate nature, which is born with him. Like, for example, say someone is a singer, so it will automatically come from his expression that he is a singer. Arjuna was a born warrior, so his ultimately his expression would come as a warrior.
Okay. Fine. So there are, what is the difference between Samanya Dharma and Swadharma? Somebody else now. What is the difference between Samanya Dharma and Swadharma?
Samanya Dharma means for everybody, like
That is common.
Common to everybody. Asteya, non-violence, or Niyama Niyamas. Swadharma is only fixed for individual person. It varies from person to person.
Very
it
good.
Can for everybody.
Good. Good. Okay, so this will
Amma,
decide. Yes.
Amma, may I ask a question?
You have started already. Yeah, tell me.
Actually, I was having a doubt in this thing. Like, Uparama also means withdrawal of worldly objects, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Withdrawal here, not worldly objects.
Hello.
Hariom, yeah.
Yeah.
So withdrawal of the sense organs. I mean, sense organs. Yeah, you are withdrawing your actions from everything. Wherever you Swadharma, it is not your duty. You don't indulge in it. That is Uparama, because you have already decided your goal. See, if you haven't decided your goal, then you'll go into everything, and whatever comes in front of you, you will go and indulge yourself. But if you have already decided what is my path, like I have decided my path. Now, if somebody comes and tells me, let's go and do some business, or let's go and enjoy that movie in that theater, I have already decided that that is not my path. That is not the thing that I should do. That is not my Swadharma. So automatically Uparama or Uparati will come in my mind. So that is called Uparama, withdrawal.
Okay. Then, ma'am, Amma, what is the difference between Uparamaha and Viragaha? Because both sound.
Vairagya, dispassion. Dispassion is completely different. Dispassion is required where I want to set my goal. First and foremost is Vivek and then Vairagya. Vairagya means what? Vairagya comes from Vivek. When I have already experienced the things that has got sorrow. That is anitya. That won't last forever. The joy that I'm going for, if in the sense organs, that is. So these are all these have small differences, very hairline differences. Vairagya meaning that I am having dispassion due to my sorrow that I got in my experiences while I was enjoying those things. And how did I come to that conclusion that it has got sorrow? Because I have thought over it. I have done vivek over it. I have discriminated the real from the unreal through knowledge. And then that vairagya comes that no, I cannot enjoy this for a longer time, because if I go to enjoy, then what will happen? That will dissipate my energy. All my energy will get destroyed. My punya will go away. This person has started thinking. And once he starts thinking about that, then his vairagya becomes stronger. Unless he has got vairagya, he cannot come to the conclusion of that Swadharma. He cannot conclude. So Vivek and Vairagya are first, and then the Samadhi Shatsampatti comes. So if there is no Vairagya, he cannot come to some conclusion. If there is no Vivek, he cannot have Vairagya. Because he's enjoying everything. Without any discrimination, when one starts to enjoy, at that time he won't be able to come to any conclusion whether this is right or this is wrong. When you said just now that the gulab jamun is kept in front of you and you know that it is not good for your health, who is saying that? That is actually vairagya. That conclusion that you have come to is actually vairagya. How did you come to that conclusion? Through Vivek. Through Vivek, through that discrimination faculty. That intellect has been developed through experience. That this is not right for me. I should not take this. The doctor has said, no, this is not good for my health. It may be smelling very nice. It may taste also very good. It may be given with a lot of love also, with lot of respect also. People may be expecting me to eat also. But still, it is not good for my health. First and foremost is Vivek. Then comes Vairagya. After that, Uparama comes. Uparama means that once we have decided our Swadharma, right now, what is our Swadharma? My Swadharma is to take this Tattva Bodh. What is your Swadharma? To listen to it intently, to become available. Now, other thoughts, whatever thoughts will come, you won't get distracted because your Swadharma right now is to become a Shrota, to listen to whatever is being told carefully. So other thoughts are being shoved away. You are not paying your attention to other distracting thoughts. That is called Uparama here. Because you have decided the Swadharma, that is why you come to a conclusion that what is my Sajatiya Vritti, I mean, what is not distracting Vritti, and what are the other distracting Vrittis, you just throw them out. That is called Uparama. Did you get it, Supratim? Okay.
Yes, Amma. Yes,
Okay.
Amma.
So that was our this thing. Uparama. Then Swadharma was decided. Then Anushtanam. Anushtanam was decided. What is Anushtanam? Seemaji, Anushtanam. Seemaji, Shoma, anybody? Yes.
अपने अपने जो
Time bound manner.
धर्म है,
हाँ.
जैसे अपने माता पिता अपने बच्चों या किसी के प्रति,
हाँ.
उसके लिए जो हम करते हैं.
अच्छा, Anushthan has got two aspects. Shoma, Anushthan has got two aspects. What are the two aspects? Shubhashish?
Action in a time bound manner. एक time रहेगा.
मैं जिसको पूछूंगी ना वही बोलेगा.
Sorry.
आज कोई भी prepared नहीं है. Sonia?
Anushtana means when we take resolutions and that in a time bound, not forever.
Okay. So two things. First one is we have to take some resolution. Second one is it has to be time bound. Okay, good. Be prepared. And listen intently. So all these, because all these words will be carried forward. Unless you know the meaning, we can't go ahead, can't move ahead. So Anushtanam, and this is a common word. We use it in our common life also. that we are doing this Anushthan, that Anushthan is going there. So some resolution has been taken and it has to be time bound. And some Anushtans are also there that is place bound also. So like that. So this Anushtanam means what? That he is Anushtanam eva. Here eva word is also taken in the definition. The word eva is also taken. So Swadharma Anushtanam eva. He is only focusing on his Swadharma. He has taken some resolution that is time bound and he knows his Swadharma, and that is the thing that he is into. Other things he is withdrawing himself from. So next now is Titiksha. Can we read it? Titiksha and Shraddha will read it today. Let's see how much we can complete. Titiksha ka शीतोष्ण सुख दुखादि सहिष्णुत्वम् श्रद्धा कीदृशी गुरु वेदांत वाक्यादिषु विश्वास श्रद्धा गुरु वेदांत वाक्यादिषु विश्वास श्रद्धा. Okay, now we will come to Titiksha. So what is Titiksha? The word-to-word meaning here says Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhadi Sahishnutvam. To tolerate the Sheet and Ushna, the cold and the hot, Sukh and Dukkha, sorrows and joys at the level of body and mind. Body level, mind level and intellectual level. And these three, when we are tolerating or enduring these heat and cold, joys and sorrows, etc. That is called Titiksha. So this tolerance, if we say Sahishnutvam, this is also a type of a thought. Intolerance is also a type of thought. Okay, so Sahishnu, intolerance. How does intolerance work? Intolerance means we are looking into something that is very small. How does tolerance work? When we have a wider vision, when we know that there is a bigger picture to some pain that we are getting. The pain that we are getting is a very small aspect of the bigger picture. There was a time when there was no pain in my life. There was a time when there was no sorrow in my life. And that time was bigger than this time of sorrow, this time of heat, this time of cold, this time of dishonor. So when we look at that bigger picture, at that time, naturally, we tend to increase our tolerance. And when we are intolerant, when we don't tolerate, when we are intolerant, when we are very irritated, we are frustrated, at that time, actually, we have a very small vision, a narrow vision that does not let us see the bigger picture. If somebody is scolding us, if somebody, suppose we have all been scolded by our mothers. If our mother is, and we used to get irritated also. And then at that time, why are we getting irritated? Because we don't see a bigger picture that she has done so much for me. And she has the right to, every right to scold me also. If we have that bigger picture in our mind, that no, there was a time when she fed me, she loved me, she cared for me, she has always given more than her capacity. When we think like that, automatically our tolerance level will increase. So making something bigger than your problem, that is called tolerance. Looking at a picture that is bigger than your problem. And that has to become our sadhana. This titiksha has to become our sadhana. And how does it work? At physical level, at a mental level, and at the intellectual level. At these three levels, we have to increase our tolerance. Titiksha, Sahishnuta. So,
Amma, physical level,
otherwise,
mental level,
and intellectual level. So otherwise, we cannot become good sadhaks. Even when you are not in the sadhana path, when you are in the world, at that time also you need a lot of tolerance. Wherever you have lost your tolerance, you have to pay something. Either at the physical level or at the mental level or at the intellectual level, notional level. So it is better that we take this as a sadhana and continuously try to increase our tolerance bit by bit, bit by bit. We should have that habit of tolerating at the physical level also. If I can't tolerate a bit of cold, I can't tolerate a bit of heat, it is not good. I should try to tolerate hunger. I should try to tolerate dishonor, everything. So this is a sadhana for a seeker that we have to see, like Tapovanji Maharaj. Yes, Supratim, can you ask me later on? You're disturbing right now, you know. I'm actually answering all your questions. Be patient. In the end, you can ask me. Don't feel bad. Okay. Tapovanji Maharaj, when he used to stay in Himalayas, he used to do so much of tapasya. So much of tapasya he used to do, and he had left everything. He had left his house, and he never came down from Rishikesh towards the plains. The whole life he stayed there only at Uttarkashi and above. He did not come down. So how was it? How? Because he had so much of tolerance. It is so cold over there in the Himalayas. It is not like here. Here only we have so much of problem. But there, staying there in the winter season, during the snow and everything, it is so difficult. But still he continued to stay there because he had that resolution, that firm resolution. So once Ramakrishna Paramhans met a madman, and that madman was abusing him a lot. Then people asked him, why aren't you reacting? He said, there's no point in replying here because he's mad. Similarly, when we think like that, when we are interacting in the world, when somebody has misunderstood me, or somebody has not seen a bigger picture in me, or maybe somebody is irritated with me, at that time he may say something, some outburst of profanity maybe. So at that time, if I maintain my balance by taking a bigger picture, that can be anything. You can bring in your prarabdha, you can bring in your karma phal, you can bring in your Lord, you can bring in that person's love for you at other times. However, you have to control that. Controlling how you have to control, you have to take out your own ways, because it will again differ from situation to situation and person to person. But overall, looking at a bigger picture, when we have a bigger picture in view, at that time what happens, then our tolerance increases automatically. Because at this level, when we are into this sadhana, we have to increase our titiksha. Otherwise, we cannot go ahead. We all will have to face challenges at every level. So shifting our attention from the pain to the background of the pain. From the pain to the background of the pain. I'm not looking at the pain right now, but what am I looking into? I am looking at the background. How did this pain come into my life, into this situation, into that person's mind? Why is it becoming so? Why that person is reacting like that? So when I take my attention to that bigger aspect, automatically my mind becomes quiet. And we have to tolerate either in the material world or in the spiritual world, wherever we are, we will be facing such difficult times. Everything cannot be according to as per my wish. I won't be given a red carpet treatment every time. Isn't it? So we have to tolerate all these things. So ability to absorb whatever the negativities are coming, ability to absorb has to be increased slowly. You cannot blurt out, you have to have patience, you have to have tolerance with that person or that situation. This is a habit. Some people have that habit and some people react so fast that they cannot tolerate it all. But if we make this a habit, whatever we see, that is a habit. So we have to cultivate this habit in us to see a bigger picture. It is a style. Why can't I shift my attention from this pain to that background of the pain? When I shift to that bigger picture, automatically my mind becomes quiet. When Ramji was given this exile, he was banished to the forest, and that time his mind was completely quiet. He was rather happy. He told Ma Kaikeyi that I'll be visiting so many Rishi Munis there. They are doing austerities there, tapasya, penance in the forest. I'll be taking their blessings there. If I was only in Ayodhya, I would have never been able to visit them or see them. So this is as if a boon for me that you're sending me to the forest and I can take their blessings. So this is a picture that when he made a big picture out of it, what will he gain out of those things? And that time his mind became very quiet. So we need to develop this. You have to live with pairs of opposites in life. Pairs of opposites, that is called dvandva. In Sanskrit, that is called dvandva. So dvandva, we have to face pairs of opposites, opposite situations. Sheet and ushna here. Then sukha and dukkha. Sheet and ushna at the level of body. Sheet and ushna, the definition, in the definition, it is written Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhadi Sahishnutva. Sheet and Ushna at the level of heat and cold, at the level of body. Then Sukha and Dukkha, conducive and unconducive, sorrow and joy situation. At the level of mind. Honor and dishonor. At the level of intellect, at the level of notion. So these three levels, we have to be ready for unpleasant surprises also. Otherwise, what will happen? These things will not let me go ahead, because again, the fruit of action. And like yesterday, we were talking about prarabdha. Similarly, these fruits of action won't let us go ahead. It will hamper, it will come as an obstacle in my life. Dvandva means pairs of opposites. Dvandva means pairs of opposites. That is heat and cold, sukh and dukkha, like that. Dvandva is pairs of opposites. So now we come to two things. One is titiksha vritti. The other one is titiksha shakti. Power of tolerance and thought of tolerance. Both of these are different things. Thought of first will come to thought of tolerance. What is this? This is the titiksha vritti, thought of tolerance. Every thought has got a typical style of working. All the thoughts have their typical style of working. What does it mean? The anger thought. How does it come? Anger thought, when it comes, then it wants to hurt someone. It's not very quiet. When it comes to this thought of anger, that thought wants to hurt someone. Whatever is inside, it wants to blurt it out. It wants to prick someone. It wants to make somebody small. What is the thought of lust? Lust wants to come close. Passion wants to come close. It has got a typical style, how it works. Then pride. What is thought of pride? How does it work? Thought of pride is, I am better than that other person. I am better and I'll always be better. Thought of jealousy, how does it work? This person should not go, he's better, he should not become better than me. He should not go ahead of me. That is thought of jealousy. So all these things, all these thoughts have a particular type of working. So similarly, this thought of titiksha, how does it work? It is ready to take the pain. This thought of titiksha is, I am ready. I am understanding that I have to undergo this pain and I am ready for this pain. I have taken it as a choice. I have taken it as a choice. Say one person, he got lost. You all must be knowing, he got lost for 40 days in the Arabian Ocean. You remember there was a news, I think it was last year, sometimes in around October, November. He got lost for 40 days and he was without food there. He had no choice because he was a fisherman and his boat got lost in the sea. Then after 40 days, when he was brought back, when our Navy personnel, they got him, he said that they asked him, how did you manage? He said that he had only got one bottle of water. He used to just sip it, but he used to catch fish and he used to eat like that, raw fish only, because he had to survive himself. Sometimes he used to have like that. Then it was compulsion for him not to eat at that time. But many times when we fast, suppose we are fasting on Mondays or we are fasting for Navratris, at that time we take it as a choice that we are fasting. So it is not painful. We are doing it with a lot of love and with a lot of reverence. And I have a bigger picture in my mind. Why am I doing it? I'll take another example. Like my car has broken down and I have to walk my way till your house, suppose. You stay far away from me. I have to walk. I'll keep grumbling. I'll keep complaining. If there is a driver, I'll scold him also. Why don't you keep the car properly? You should take it to the car, this thing, garage, and you should manage it properly. I'll keep grumbling, complaining. But when we are going to some tirth, like we are going to Kedarnath or we are going to Kailash, there we take it as a choice to walk. That is a choice that we are walking. And that time our mind does not react. It is very happy to take that choice, to take that pain. This is called taking titiksha, becoming ready to take that pain. This is titiksha vritti. We are increasing our vritti, increasing the capacity to take that thought of pain. So we are equipped. We have already equipped ourselves from inside. We will have more grace. Okay, and now coming to Titiksha Shakti. What is that? That is the power of tolerance. That is at the level of our body physically. That comes with practice. That comes with practice. One can increase that power of tolerance as with practice, and one can decrease it also. Like if like you all people, the younger generation, they go to the gym also. And suddenly when you go to the gym, you don't start lifting weight 30, 40 kilo, 50 kilo, start right away. First, you'll start picking up dumbbells, if I'm right. Then you'll start picking up 10 kilos like that. Slowly you increase the weight. Slowly you start doing push-ups 10 times, 20 times, like that. Slowly you increase that power. Similarly, here also, we are increasing that slowly, increasing the power of tolerance slowly by practicing it. If you have heard about Satyanandji, Swami Satyanandji of Munger, when he retired, we can't use this word for sannyasis, but when he stepped down from his position as the head of Munger, he went to a village in Munger only. He started staying there in a hut. And in Bihar, it is very, very hot. It used to cross 50 degrees. And he used to feel that the heat is troubling me a lot. And he started reacting. At that time, he felt that I should increase my power of tolerance. This is not right as a sannyasi that I am reacting to this heat. So he started doing Panchagni Yagna. He came outside. Panchagni means he put on the 4 directions, he lit fires around him. And throughout the day, and the 5th one was on top, the sun. So like that, Panch Agni around him, 5 Agnis around him, used to sit for the whole day. And slowly he got used to that. And then when he used to come inside his room, he used to feel very cool. In this way, he increased his power of tolerance. Similarly, another example also is coming in my mind of a prince. He was walking with, I think the Buddhist monks were there. And I don't know if Buddha himself was also there, but they were all, he wanted to become a Buddhist monk. So, but he was a prince. Now the elderly monk that was there, he said, okay, fine, if you want to join us, but we lead a very austere life. Will you be able to follow us? He said, I'll try my best. So he said, okay. Then they were walking and he was not used to walk. So when they used to walk on the ground or on the grass, he used to walk on the pebbles. These people used to feel that he's showing off, but actually he was trying to increase his power of tolerance because his body was very fragile. He was not used to all these because he was a royal prince. He was not used to all these austerities. When they used to have 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, he used to try to cut it to 1 meal. When they used to walk in the shadow, he used to walk in the sun. Like that, slowly, he increased. By practice, he increased his, because the thought of tolerance was already there inside his mind. He was ready to forbear the pain that will come in the future. So now tell me, question is, what is more important, the thought of tolerance or the power of tolerance? Now tell me. And if you have any question, that also you can ask me.
Thought is more important.
Everybody, do you agree?
Yes, Amma, thought is definitely more important.
Thought is important. Everybody, you agree? Shubhashish?
Amma, I think that thought is important, but that thought should not be unrealistic as well. For example, if somebody's health cannot allow at all to do something for beer, that person should not forbear that.
Yes, you're right. So thought, once the thought is there, that will bring in the tolerance at the physical level also. Okay. Any other questions? Supratim, you wanted to ask anything?
Yes, I was going to
ask.
Okay, Amma, some of my questions you have already solved the way, like on the process which you have told. So half of my questions are already solved. So first I've understood I have to listen to it patiently, and then I should ask question. So the second thing I just wanted to ask is that uh, at times what happens is that I'm just trying to give an example of a tree. So there was an example of a tree that people used to come nearby that tree, and they used to scold that tree. And what happened, every day of scolding and every day of ill words made that tree die. So like, can we say that titiksha in this case, the tree was forbearing, it was enduring that pain, that scolding and everything. Then can we say that titiksha is equal to suppression?
No.
How is it different?
That's why I gave you the example of taking it as a choice.
Okay.
We have, whenever we take pain with choice, at that time, it is not suppressing, it is sublimating. Because there is another anand, there is a joy aspect in it that is there inside. So that joy aspect will not suppress that thing, but it will tell me that there is more joy in the future waiting for you. That will give you more anand. After that completion of 30 kilometers there in 22,000 feet there in Kailash for 3 days, when we are walking 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers. After the third day, your mind is so fulfilled. Why? Because in spite of that, the hardships, in spite of the thin air, oxygen, in spite of the ill health, everything, but still I could walk with your grace. You made it, Bhagwan. You have taken my tapasya. I feel more closer to you, oh God. So I have a sense of satisfaction. I have a sense of fulfillment that somebody bigger is with me, and he has made me tolerate all these pains and cold and all the weather and everything. So the sense of satisfaction that comes in later on. So that will make me sublimate and not suppress, dissolve and not suppress the pain. There is a difference between sublimating and suppression. Sublimating means to dissolve it through a proper solution, through a notional, through a better intellectual solution, through adhyatma, through spiritual solution. But suppression means what? That it will come out from some other way, like a balloon. When we have filled the air in the balloon, and when we suppress it, it will start bulging out from somewhere else. It will change its shape, or otherwise it will burst. Similarly, here also, this is not suppression, this is sublimation, that we are having another way to take that the pain out. We are taking in that pain, but that pain is giving me ultimate joy. It is not giving me sorrow. Ultimately, yes.
Please continue. So sorry to disturb.
No, it's fine. What is your question?
The question is like what you said is that I understood, but the question is that at times during our work, like normal day-to-day lives, we especially youngsters, we get frustrated, like, okay, what happened, why this, and this. So we are unable to like endure that quality of titiksha inside us. So at that time we don't think it as a choice. So how to like inculcate that in everyday life and every mundane things in life?
Yes, this is the same thing that you have to see. योगेश जी, आपने हाथ ऊंचा करके रखा है.
आप बोल लीजिए अम्मा, फिर मैं उसके बाद जस्ट एक सजेशन देना था, मैं बाद में बोलता हूँ. आप बोल लीजिए, आप बता दीजिए.
हाँ. तो yes, in the day-to-day life, what is it? In the day-to-day life, see, the same thing will apply there also. Same thing. If suppose you are working for money, when you are working for money, at that time, what happens? You have a choice. Like suppose we can take your example only. You're working 2 shifts. Okay. So now the pain that comes, that you are sublimating or that you are suppressing. When you know that no, I'll get a better job opportunity next time. I can see my better future. My maybe my biodata will be richer by this. The pain that you're enduring right now by your double shifts, that will give you a better solution. That pain will be sublimated and not suppressed. But if the health is taking a toll on you, suppose, and that the company that you're working for is not that good also, the payment that they are making is also so, it's not making a worthwhile difference in your life, then the frustration that will come into you, that will become a suppressing disturbance, that you are suppressing there, because you are not seeing anything good there. There is nothing to look forward for yourself to work double shifts and take a toll on your health as well. चश्मे का नंबर ही बढ़ेगा बस. So when you see something good in the future, that will make you more fulfilled. That will increase the power of tolerance in you. And once when the power of tolerance increases, then you will be able to take more pains in your life. You'll be ready for more pains. That will be a challenge for you. You'll play with those challenges later. But if you don't see those things, if you don't see those gifts or prizes that you're going to get in the future, then there is no joy. Because this joy that this person, right now he's getting pain, that is for sure. But he can see some silver lining later on, that yeah, I'm going to get that joy in future, which the present I am not getting it. And that is why, that is the paritoshik, that is the price that I am paying right now for getting the future joy. I have already told my mind. See, the mind is joy pradhan, ras pradhan, enjoyment pradhan, bhog pradhan. If you have to tame your mind, you have to show it some joy. Even if you are eating something and it doesn't give you joy, you'll stop eating that. Even if you're watching something, if it doesn't give you joy, you will stop watching that. Similarly here also, if you're taking some pain, when are you ready to take it as a choice? When you see something good, something bigger, something joyous in the future. At that time, you are ready to take that pain. Fasting. Yes, I'm fasting. Why? Because I'm getting some punya. I'm getting some punya from Devi Ma will be happy. I'm doing Navratri fasting. Why? Because Devi Ma will be happy with me. I want to please her for her grace. Then later on, when something works for me, I'll see, yes, see, because of that Navratri fast, see, this has come on Friday. See, this has come on Tuesday. This is Devi Ma's day. And she has graced. Why? Because she knows that I am her devotee. She has graced. When we see these fruits in our life, at that time we are ready to undergo more and more of pains. So right now I may not be seeing any joy, but I'm able to see it in the future, and that gives me more strength inside. I'm ready to take that pain by choice. So in this world also, when you all face these things, you have to cultivate this vision, not to suppress yourself, but to sublimate your things. Whenever you cannot sublimate, at that time also you have to see something in the future. If not, then take it as a grace of the Lord, that no, I have to take it as prarabdha, or to take it as prasad from the Lord, that I have to undergo this, and later on Bhagavan will be happy with this. But we have to endure it right now. So again, it changes from situation to situation. It will change from person to person. How that situation is there, accordingly, you have to decide for yourself. Some situations are there that you have to undergo. You cannot see, like there are many jobs, thankless jobs are there. You have to do it. You cannot go away from it. You cannot leave them. And nobody will praise you also, nobody will acknowledge you also, but you have to do it. Maybe a very meager payment you'll be made. At that time, we have to think that no, maybe some other day in the future, somebody will recognize this. Maybe somebody, my Bhagwan or my Guru, they want me to undergo this and also know the pain of this, so that I don't make others do this work, this menial work. We have to take out something to increase our power of, to increase the thought of tolerance, so that we sublimate it and not suppress it. Because if we are suppressing it for a long time, it will go into depression. That person will go into depression. Because if we suppress anything, it will burst out from some other source. It will take some other shape. Either it will come out as some disease in my physical body or my mental health. You cannot say. So always it is better that we tolerate, we take it as a choice. We don't feel, see, when we are taking somebody higher's desire, then that thing, that higher's desire becomes my choice. You understood the difference? There's a very hairline difference. It becomes my choice. It is not my compulsion. I love you. If Supratim has asked me to do something, I love Supratim. Supratim has asked me to do something, then that is not my suppression. I am doing it as a choice because I love you. Similarly, if I love my Guru, I love my Bhagwan, when he has given me something, a situation, he has placed me in a particular situation, that is not my compulsion. That is my choice. My mind will make it as a choice. No, that is my choice. That is not my compulsion. My Bhagwan wants it. Lovers, they give choice to their loved ones. They don't feel that I am in a compulsive situation. This is a situation where I'm being forced to do it. He feels very loved when he is asked to do something, isn't it? So when you have a lover in your life, when you have a divine lover in your life, when you have a Guru in your life, you feel that all the situations that are coming in front of you, or wherever you are placed into it, that is a choice you have made. That is a choice. If it is not your choice, it is Bhagwan's choice. It is Guru's choice. And automatically that feeling of compulsion will go away. You won't feel that you are being forced into it. I met a certain person 2 or 3 days back. He's a government person, government servant, and he is posted from Delhi. He right now, 4 months back, he's posted here, and he told me right away. Even Vijayamma and Meenakshi ji were there. So right away he told me that as a punishment, I have been sent to Northeast. We were aghast. So why punishment? No, it's not a punishment. Actually, I didn't do somebody's work. And you know what happens in the government offices, because I didn't do somebody's work. So they told me that I'm being promoted and they have sent me to Northeast. I told him that after certain time, you will say that this is a grace of Lord that Kamakhya Ma has called you here in her place. You won't feel this as a compulsion, but as a grace. See, when I came here in 2017, I didn't know anybody or anyone amongst you. I never felt that it was a compulsion for me to that I'm going to a place, unknown place. Why? Because it was my Guru's choice. It was my Devi Ma's choice that she had called me here in her divine place. This Kamrup is such a divine place. And I'm thankful even today that I'm here. A single day, if you spent here, it's such a grace that Lord has kept you here. It's not a compulsion. So when we have a lover in our life, when we have somebody bigger in our life who will grace us every time, at that time, even if the situation is very compulsive, we don't feel that. That is the diksha. That is increasing the power of, not power, thought of the diksha. This has to be developed in the younger generation. When we are working outside, when we are in the family, many times it will happen that people around us may not be very conducive with our thoughts or our situation or our working style. They have their own style to work. They have their own notions. It may clash sometimes. But when we take somebody higher's thoughts as my grace or as their choice in my life, I feel my life has become better now. I feel there's a release of my frustration. There's a release in my irritation. I am not getting irritated easily now because somebody else is there to help. I've taken their choice as my choice. One couple, I have heard this from my Acharya Swamiji. So one young girl, very young girl, I think maybe your age only. So she came to meet Swamiji, and she was from a family that used to have non-veg, fully non-veg, 3 times a day. And she was married to a person who was a Pakka Vaishnavite. They're not a single, I mean, they cannot even talk about non-vegetarian food. And that was a love marriage. So when she came to take blessings of Swamiji, Swamiji said, how are you managing? Tell me. And he's very, our Acharya ji is very friendly. You can talk about anything, about any matter with him. They said, tell me, how are you managing? Don't you feel sometimes that I should go out and have something? She said, no, Swamiji, not at all. The day I got married, the day I entered this house as a wife of this person, I have left everything, not a single thought about that food comes to me. Rather, I am planning to learn more and more vegetarian recipes. And these people are so loving. They have made a separate kitchen for me also. That whenever you feel, you can go and cook there for yourself. But I have locked that room and I have given the keys to my mother-in-law. I said, no, whatever you all prepare, I'll eat that only. I have left all my choices. How did this happen then? Only because there was higher love. There was love. That is why this happened now. Shoma wants to say something.
Amma, won't it hurt her? Like, won't she be sad or depressed?
That's what she wasn't, because there was love in her mind. There was love for the husband. There was love for the relatives. When they take it as a choice, then it does not hurt at all. And they had given her a choice. But she took it like that. She said, no, I have come into this family, and I am leaving all my past whatever disciplines or past habits, everything. And I am ready to take your disciplines and your choices. That is my choice. I take it as my choice. When we take it like that, it may be hurting. She may be feeling sometimes, because from childhood she had that habit. But when we take that as a choice of my lover, at that time you get a lot of power to tolerate. And slowly the habits change. Slowly, when we have already seen Dhamma, slowly that habit comes from the sense organs only. This habit changes. Slowly you won't remember those things also. This happens. Okay. Any other question? So the time is already over. Yeah, Yogesh.
Amma, just a suggestion for everyone here. If you can all, like, we can be little kids, like we all are. So just raise your hand when you want to ask a question to Amma. I think that will be easier, because when she's speaking, then it's not good to disturb. So she can decide at what point to call you and answer your questions. I hope it's okay for everyone.
Thank you, Yogesh. You're such a loving teacher. Okay, thank you. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.